Welcome to the Q1 Buck Poll. I'm Tim Hart with Mike Big Buck Hoffner. On today's show, we're going to talk to the DNR about the HAP program. Mike Parker will be with us, and he's going to talk about how, if you don't have private land to hunt, maybe the state has something for you.
You know, it's interesting you bring that subject up because I just had a conversation with a friend of mine, and he was frustrated about finding a place to hunt. Well, here it is. Check it out.
We also have a deer and turkey hunt with Ken Brown from the Mason Elevator. We always invite you to send us your video footage from your hunting this year. And so Ken gave me a call and said, hey, I got something big.
I love it, the double Dutch treat.
Also on the show, Jennifer Brozak will be with us from Women Hunter magazine. And she's going to just talk about some of the articles that are in the magazine.
It's the fastest growing population that are getting involved in hunting is our women out there. Great magazine, Jennifer.
And some more footage and pictures from around the state and also from Wisconsin, a possible Wisconsin state record. And then we've got a gentleman who sent us video footage of some fighting bucks.
So an exciting week, Tim.
Exactly. Stay with us. We got all that and more right here on the Q1 Buck Poll.
Q1 Buck Poll, Michigan's biggest and best buck poll contest. Brought to you by these sponsors who support Michigan's great outdoors.
Back here on the Q1 Buck Poll, well, before we talk to Mike Parker from the DNR about the HAP program, we've got Big Buck Hoffner with Big Bucks.
Yeah. We brought some nice ones in this week. Let's start out with Dustin Quick bringing in a 10-pointer. Great score of 49.88. Bert Bowie bringing in an 8-pointer, and he comes from Matawan with a score of 35.5. And Aaron Travers, 8-point buck, scoring 38 3/4, comes from North Branch.
We'll have more bucks coming up later on in the show, so stay tuned for that. But right now, we're going to talk to Mike Parker from the DNR about the HAP program. Well, today on our DNR segment, we've got Mike Parker with us. He is a wildlife biologist and the HAP coordinator here in Michigan. And Mike, let's just start right at the beginning. What does HAP stand for?
Well, HAP is the Hunting Access Program. And it's a program that started in 1977 in southern Michigan. And really the purpose of the program is to provide hunting opportunities for hunters in southern Michigan. And you know, sometimes people ask, well, why is it just southern Michigan? And the answer is really simple. 90% of the state's residents live in southern Michigan, but 96% of that land is privately owned. So the average guy or hunter can really have a hard time finding a place to hunt. And if they don't have a place to go, they're not going to hunt. So we need to give those opportunities to sportsmen to get out there and hunt.
So does the DNR, do you guys lease land? How do you pick the land?
Yeah, exactly. We promote the program to private landowners all over southern Michigan, and we lease the land generally 2 years at a time to provide hunting opportunities. And we've really changed the program up this year to make the program a lot more flexible so that we can get more landowners. We're offering different types of hunting opportunities. Traditionally, you had to allow hunting for all species the entire season. Well, it doesn't really always work, you know, in this day. So we're allowing landowners to select all hunting, deer only. You think you have an excess number of deer, we'll lease the land and allow our hunters to come in and help take care of that deer problem that you might have. We have a turkey only option, a small game only option, and also a youth and apprentice only option. And that's really important to get new folks hunting, whether it's a kid or an adult as an apprentice hunter. We want to give them an opportunity to have a place to hunt as well.
Now, if somebody has a farm or land that they're, thinking, hey, well, that's a good program. I'm not going to be out there. Yeah. This is something I can participate in. What do I do as a landowner?
Well, there's a variety of ways. They can contact me personally. My phone is 517-641-4903. 4903, extension 228. They can contact their local DNR office if they know where that is close by. We've also set up a website, and it's www.michigan.gov/HAP, and we have all the contact information on there as well. So we're trying to make it easy to get a hold of us.
All right, so now let's kind of switch gears here. Yeah. I am a hunter. and I want to know where I can go to hunt the Hap land.
Okay, the easiest thing is we produce a Hap digest every year.
That's what I've got right here.
That's that right there. It says public hunting for private lands. That should be available any place in southern Michigan that you purchase a hunting license. It should be there. If they happen to be out of it, you can go to our website, which again is michigan.gov/Hap, and that digest will be listed in there, so you can download it or just look at an individual farm.
Well, one of the things that I think that the DNR, at least in all of our interviews, being very, very proactive for the hunters out there, knowing how important it is for people to get out and hunting. And as you talked about, more and more landowners are leasing their property. I know, like, we're from the Coldwater area. Okay, so down in the southern part of the state. And there are a lot of people from Detroit, there's a lot of people from up north that come and, you know, private land leases.
Right.
So for somebody that is not able to do that, this is a great program.
You know, it's an incredible program, and you know, one of the neat things that I've really enjoyed as I've become the coordinator of the program is I'm out meeting landowners, and some of these folks have been in for 20 years, and they've told me, I've heard it time and time again, said, Mike, you know I could make more money leasing privately, but what I really like about Hap is that I'm giving people an opportunity to hunt that wouldn't have it otherwise.
Exactly.
You know, not everybody's a rich doctor or lawyer or something like that can do a lease. Most of us, you know, Joe Lunch Bucket sportsmen like myself, I can't afford to lease land, so Hap is really, really important for most of our hunters to give that opportunity.
And of course, we've talked on the segments before, there's a lot of state land out there that, you know, the parks and, you know, get yourself a recreation passport and go, you know, do some hunting in the parks too. So
yeah, you know, there's obviously tons of opportunity on state land, and you mix in this private land, and really our goal is to give you a place to hunt close to home. Right? You don't want to have to drive 2 hours, or you're not going to do it. If we can spread Hap around southern Michigan and get that place within a half an hour, more folks are going to enjoy the outdoors.
Well, we appreciate you talking about the program here today. So thanks for being with us.
Appreciate it.
All right, Mike Parker, he is a wildlife biologist and a Hap coordinator. Again, there's information on the website, or you can give Mike a call and talk to him further. And there's the public hunting on private lands. The program, the digest, is out too, so you can pick that up. I'm Tim Hart. That's our DNR segment for this week, and we've got more coming up. You're watching the Q1 Buck Poll. Time now for our sponsor spotlight here on the Q1 Buck Poll. We're in Morley, and I am at Frank's Sporting Goods, and we've got Vic Havens with us. Vic, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Tim. I appreciate it.
Now, Vic, we're talking about long guns, all kinds of guns, hard to find ammo. Let's talk about selection here.
You know, that's the thing here at Frank's Sporting Goods. We're not a huge shop, you know, but we do have a nice selection of long guns. We got a nice selection of handguns here in the cabinet. You know, we pride ourselves for hard to find ammo. You know, the nice thing is here at Frank's Sporting Goods, if we don't have it in stock, we can get right on the internet. You know, we got a lot of suppliers. We can look it up right here at the front counter. I can special order it for you, and I can tell you when it's going to be in. You know, it's not like, all right, I'm just going to take your order and it should be here sometime this week. I can tell you because I already know when the order is going to be placed. I can see it's in stock, and we're good to go.
And I found out that customer service obviously is top priority here. When you come into Frank's, they're going to talk to Vic.
That's right. I'm here. I'm here most of the time.
The other thing that you're known for is your trapping supplies.
That's right. You know, that's a passion of mine. You know, over the last 15, 18 years, I've run huge trap lines. I've taken off, you know, long periods of time from work. Ran 4 or 5 counties at a time. You know, a lot of times 300 to 500 traps out there at one time. So I've got the experience out there. It's a passion of mine. Guys want to come in here and talk to me. I'm willing to talk to them all the time. Love to talk about trapping, and it's not just because I've seen it on a video or we've done it somewhere. I've been out there hands-on in the field. I've put up numbers of raccoon. I've put up 400 coon in 1 year before. You know, I've had big numbers of fox. You know, guys, come on in and talk to me. I'd be happy to, you know, service you. If I don't have it here, which we've got one of the largest selections in West Michigan, I can get it for you.
And if you can't tell, he's got a lot of passion for your business, don't you?
I do. I love it. You know, this is a fun business. It's great. It's fun to be here every single day. It's not one of those factory jobs. I've been there. I've done that. I've been in management there. You know, here I wake up every day and have fun with the guys.
All right, and you can bring your bucks and dough here to Frank's and get them registered in the Q1 Buck Poll. Vic, anything else before we go, buddy?
That's it. I sure appreciate it and hope to see all the hunters this year.
All right, Vic Havens here at Frank's Sporting Goods in Morley. I'm Tim Hart, and you're watching the Q1 Buck Poll.
I'm Ken Brown with Mason Elevator Company, and you're watching Q1 Buck Poll.
Well, we always invite people to send us their video footage from their hunts. Well, today's show, we've got Ken Brown from the Mason Elevator. We've got a deer hunt and a turkey hunt. But before we do that, Big Buck Hoffner has got more big bucks from around the state.
Okay, let's start out with Eric Esbenko from Augusta, who brought in a 10-pointer with a score of 43. Then we had Laura Bresson with a 10-pointer from Augusta with a score of 43.5 points. Steed Scott with a 10-pointer. His score was 45.12, coming from Lansing. And finally, Perry Riley with an 8-pointer with a score of 33.5 from Jackson, Michigan.
Big buck. Those are nice looking bucks. And you can see all of the bucks online at q1buckpole.com. Now, it's time to do a little hunting with Ken Brown from the Mason Elevator.
Well, we set up in a box blind that I have located on the edge of a 6-acre food plot. Food plot's got some clover in it. It's been around for about 7-8 years, something we take care of real closely. And also had corn and soybeans. The deer really devastated the soybeans this year, but surrounding is swamp and hardwoods, probably 100 acres worth. Had a pretty nice 1.5-year-old 8-point. It was a straight main 8. Come right in, to about 20 yards, and I was just kind of checking the buck out. I knew I wasn't going to shoot it just for the fact it needed another year or two to grow. In checking it out with binoculars, getting some real close eyes on it, that's when I noticed it had a bunch of extra points coming off of it. I counted 7 extra points, from a 1/2 inch to 1 inch, 2 inches. It was nothing like major, but I was pretty excited about it because I'm thinking another 1.5 years, 2 years, 3 years, that dude's gonna be a big stud.
Yeah, it's last week of October. Cold morning, about 32 degrees. Actually one of the first mornings it's been real cold, but as you can see, the deer have been active. We're back out here in the shack, trying to get us a big buck. That buck that was out here is pretty impressive. I don't know what the camera picked up on it, but it wasn't more than 20-25 yards away. 1.5-year-old buck. No mass on it, but if you're able to see it, it had 7 extra points on it. It was a straight mainframe 8 with 7 extra points down around its base. And that thing, if it continues like that, it's going to be a stud someday. So we're going to sit back, see what else we can watch, see whatever. If we don't get one this morning, we'll be back out this afternoon. Hopefully eventually it pays off.
It was the evening hunt. Had a few does here and there, nothing major, just kind of enjoying the, last week of October, enjoying the weather and just being out in the woods. And I looked off to my right and I had a doe jump out of the brush, and I kind of thought, oh, that's kind of funny, I mean, she's got to be being chased by something because she ran partially across my food plot. And I kept looking, kind of expecting a coyote, really. And lo and behold, this buck jumps out. The doe's there out in front of me, and I'm continually watching this buck coming in. He came into about 35 yards away, and when he come into frame of the camera, he actually bumped the doe. And I got real nervous because I'm thinking, it's all mine to screw up here. And I'm thinking he's gonna buck. So I instantly got ready with my crossbow, and he turned around watching that doe, and I let it have it.
I think it's a nice 8, maybe a 9, I'm not quite sure, but either way, it has some great tine length. I'm pretty happy. I want to give it a little bit, go check out my arrow, and hopefully I got a big buck down.
We ended up finding him about 30 yards into the swamp. Where he broke in off the edge of the food plot, he was about 30 yards in. Yeah, I had to go get my business partner, Russell, and his wife actually came out to help track it. The only downfall about me tracking deer is I'm colorblind. I can't see blood. But let me tell you, when I hit the edge of the brush, there was no mistake in the blood there. Right there he is. Right there he is. He's tangled up in here. Whoa. Oh, wow. That deer, dude. Check that stuff out. That's a pretty decent buck. No disappointment here. Get him out of here. That's a big buck. Big body. Oh. Jeez, Pete.
Nice, Brown. Woo!
Huh?
Nice. Dude, nice.
He's a straight 8-point, I mean, that's kind of what I thought he was, but I'll tell you what got me when he came out of these trees over here when I was sitting in that blind was this baby right here. This point, I mean, that's gotta be could be 11, 12-inch point anyways.
Anyways, yeah. Boy, they go right up and make a pitchfork too. That's really something.
You know, the main beam swooped out. I knew exactly what he was. I wasn't sure that he was, you know, exactly an 8, but either way, tell you what, I'm happy with this buck. Folks, this is cool. We're in the last week of October in Michigan, and I got a buck down. You're watching Q1 Buck Pull.
Now that was a great hunt, and Ken did an awesome job, and we thank him for sending us the footage. But when we come back, Big Buck Hoffner, he's going to go back out into the field, and we're going to do a little turkey hunt.
I'll tell you what, he does a great double.
So stay with us. We've got turkey hunting, and we're going to be talking about Women Hunter Magazine, and then we've got a few other shots to show you right here on the Q1 Buck Pull.
A couple days later, I had another chance to get out, go back out onto the food plot, you know, more or less just to relax and enjoy the outdoors. Had some does coming by me, and then the turkeys started rolling in. And one thing about Michigan, this time of year, you can shoot turkeys. You can shoot a hen or you can shoot a tom. It's your choice. Well, I'm all about it. Around my place, we love eating turkey. So I'm thinking one of these comes in and it's going to get an arrow. And lo and behold, I mean, I was watching a smoky gray, beautiful bird. Wow. I was kind of on the fence. Do I shoot this bird? Because I'm assuming is going to put off some pretty good offspring. But I'd really like to mount that bird and enjoy her for a long time. Didn't matter, she didn't come in. I had a couple of young toms come in, and they presented me a quick shot. I took it. The tom ran off no more than 30 yards, went a couple rows into the corn that I got in my food plot, and I heard him flop, and he was dead.
We love eating turkey around our house. We got some turkey. Gotta love it. You're watching Q1 Buck Pull.
Tim and Big Buck Hoffner with you here on the Q1 Buck Pull. We remind you to go online to see all the bucks from around the state at q1buckpull.com. And before we talk about Woman Hunter Magazine, we've got some more deer from Big Buck Hoffner.
Okay, Tim, here we go. Dennis Pastor with an 8-pointer with a score of 38 3/4 comes from North Branch. Jason Acker with a 12-pointer from Holt, Michigan with a score of 44 3/4. And Victor Esbenko with an 8-pointer from Galesburg, and his score was 31 1/2.
We caught up with Jennifer Brozak at the Woods and Water Outdoor Weekend and asked her all about Women Hunter Magazine. We're at the Woods and Water Outdoor Weekend. I got Jennifer Brozak with us. And Jennifer, we're here talking about Woman Hunter Magazine, and this is a publication that comes out every other month. Tell me a little bit about the magazine, first of all.
Well, we're the first magazine, hunting magazine, exclusively for women. We cover all types of hunting. We cover fishing. We have a lot of educational articles. We do product reviews. We run a cartoon contest.
All slanted for women then, to give them information about the outdoors?
Yep.
Now, I know that you're very much an avid outdoors woman, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
You were just talking to me about your turkey and all that type of thing. What do you like most about the outdoors?
Well, first and foremost, I love the challenge. I love the personal challenge. I love exploring the woods, and you know, it's very peaceful, it's very enjoyable. And
we're talking more about getting women in the outdoors, getting kids in the outdoors, you know, obviously a challenge with everything going on. If somebody wanted to get the magazine, is this a subscription based, or can I pick it up on a newsstand? Where do I get it?
Well, we're both in stores and we're by subscription. We also have a website, www.womanhunter.com, and you can find our magazine in Frank's, Jay's, here in Michigan, several other archery stores and outdoor type stores also carry our magazine.
Now do you ever have like guest articles where somebody has been out and they had a great hunt and hey, I want to send this in to you?
We do in your neighborhood, writer submitted, or like, you know, subscriber submitted stories. Well, all I can say is, if you're a woman and you're thinking about hunting, just try it. It's a wonderful sport. We're here to encourage women, educate them. All
right. Jennifer, thanks for being with us.
Yes,
all right.
Thank you.
Jennifer Brozak here on the Q1 Buck Pull. We're at the Woods and Water Outdoor Weekend. Well, again, as Mike said, one of the fastest growing segments in the hunting industry, women.
In the outdoors, I'll tell you what, they do a phenomenal job, and they are bringing down deer too.
We also invite you, as I said earlier in the show, to send us your video footage, send us some pictures. Well, we had somebody sent us a picture from a Wisconsin buck, and Mike, if you take a look at it, I don't even think that the guy can get his hands around the mass of those antlers.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's that time of the year. It makes the heart thump. It makes you want to go out there and do it right now, so get out there and hunt. There's another big one out there to be found.
Not only that, but then we have video footage right now as you're taking a look. Look at the deer. Now, the guy had a little small handy cam, and so he's taking it. It's a little shaky, but you can see the buck's kind of going at it, not intense, but you know, sometimes when you're out there in nature and you observe what's going on, it is really cool.
You know, it's the time of the year to be out there, and that's why I like bow hunting, Tim. You don't have a lot of banging going on with the guns, and there's just a lot of deer that you get to see during this time of the season because the pre-rut is in, the rut is on, and that's when you see your deer.
Don't forget about registering for our Saskatchewan hunt we're giving away. It's a 5-star hunt with lastminutehuntingandfishing.com. All you have to do is go online, click the icon, and then fill out the information, and you could be going to Saskatchewan for a hunt next year.
I'll tell you what, I am pumped up, Tim. Let's get out there. I want to go now.
Yeah, you do. And don't forget about taking doe or buck, whatever the case is, and donate venison to your local food pantry. Find a processor in your area that works with the food pantry and help those that need a little help this wintertime.
Well, Tim, I'll tell you what, we've had a great show this week. Let's wrap her up.
All right, with Mike Big Buck Hoffner, I'm Tim Hart. Thanks for being with us. Whenever you're out in the woods, make sure you're safe. Thanks for watching the Q1 Buck Poll.
For the latest on Michigan hunting, pick up the current edition of Woods and Water News, Michigan's premier outdoor publication, available on newsstands or by subscription. Woods and Water News, proud sponsor of the Q1 Buck Poll.
You know, it just really is terrible right now. All right, so
I can't loosen it up. Let's loosen his hat up just a little bit in the back.
I think it's a hat. I don't have the Buck Poll hat. I got the QDMA hat.
I think it's too tight.
I think it is. Here we go. Let's show you right here on the Q1 Buck Poll. Wow! That's all I can tell you. Jesus, you want us to start? You want us to start from scratch? You know, would we really want to start from scratch? I think we should. I know it wasn't great.
Tim, you supplied some great material for him this week.